Okay, I'm back again. Where was I? Because this driver is not the quality that one expects to use for reconing or resurrounding, the actual replacement part, the outer flange, was too wide to sit in the basket properly. Now I fiddled around with the other one a lot and didn't like what I got, so what I did was, on this one, I just did a rough cut with scissors and cut about 1/8 of an inch off all the way around. Now it sits in, no matter which way I position it, nicely inside the basket. So we'll just show you what I did with the other, and that's there is, I don't know whether you can see that, there's a little glazing around the edge there, and what I did was, on the other one, was follow that. Let's see if we can get a close-up on that a little bit. I followed that with the application of the glue. Now what I'm using, even though it's not necessarily recommended, I'm using carpenter's glue, which is yellow glue. I have no idea how well it's going to work, but that's what I'm using, and if it doesn't work out so well, then it's a lesson that I've learned. So I'm just putting a bead around the edge, and then I'll use the brush to spread that out a bit, spreading it out towards the edge, trying to keep it as even as I can, which obviously, as you can tell, is not. But if it works and it's hidden inside the cabinet, nobody will know except you and I'm not going to tell. Actually, this is working better than it did the first one. This is the first that I've never reconed in all my years in electronics, never reconed, never resurrounded, never done anything like that. I've always treated a speaker with these kind of problems as garbage and replaced them. And now I'm sort of learning how to do things and save money. Alright, so now comes an application, hopefully sparingly, but we'll see what we get, on the inner flange of the new surround. There. And again, brush that, trying to keep it off of the flex part of the surround. So in this case, I'm brushing the bead that I've just laid down towards the middle, trying to get enough on there so that when I press it in place, it doesn't gap up like it did on the other one. I'm sure this is very boring for people who are watching. If I wasn't yakking here, I'd probably upload it in a fast-forwarded motion, which I think is kind of neat. And you can see the video without having to endure 10 minutes of me talking. Alright, so I'll just lay that in, get it in as evenly in the basket as I can, and then, without having any excess glue on my fingers, go around and push. I don't know whether you can see the bead that's extruding coming out from my connection. Oh, that's doing not too bad. This looks very promising, you know, and I hope it works out alright. Now, as I said, I think at the start of the video, I don't need more woofers. I got lots of woofers. And what I really want is an innovative way to use them. And I like passive radiators, so I can explain a bit of what I intend to do here, in that with the cheap passive radiators that I bought online, they had a flat cone, and what I could do is just drill a hole in the middle, put a brass bolt and some fender washers on the inside, and then I put a fender washer on the outside and bolted it up, and it didn't seem like it was doing the job. So then I cut out of plywood, 2 big slugs. They were 8-inch because I think they were 6-inch slugs, and glued them to the cone, and then drilled a hole in the middle, glued them to the cone, put a couple of fender washers in, and then a nut, and tightened it all down, paying absolutely no attention to the added mass and the calculations of which I don't know to the whole thing, and let it dry and put it in, and lo and behold, it's just a great sounding combination with the rubber butyl surrounded woofers that I reclaimed from I think RCA console stereo. At any rate, there it is. It's a little uneven. I'll watch it as it dries, and I don't know if you can get a good look at that, but that's it there, and of course that's the back end of it. And notice one of them is black. They both came from the same stereo, and it's really odd. One's black, the cone looks exactly the same. The free air resonance, I didn't check the free air resonance on the other one. I presumed they were the same. Now they should be more likely to be the same. At any rate, I'm done with this section. When it dries, I'll glue the other part up, and maybe I'll get that on video as well.